Let's take a look at entering employee expenses into InFocus for reimbursement. First of all, we'll log into InFocus and access the employee expenses area for input of a new employee expense sheet. So we log into InFocus. We're at blackstone.infocusapp.com with the giant button red. Is that red? No, it's white button. Launch InFocus. We'll come to the login screen. And we'll put the top secret password in. And we ensure that we're not in the sandbox, we're in the live production instance of InFocus, and we'll log in. Hit the login button, that little white guy there. That'll bring us up to the applications menu and applets underneath that. You won't have a screen like this as a full blast, full control screen, but you'll have personal application on this side, on the left-hand side. Click on personal once, and you're familiar with timesheets already, but there's expense sheets here as well. So we'll double click on expense sheets. That'll take us to the screen where we can create a new expense sheet and populate with our reimbursable expenses. Let's click on where it says create new expense sheet here. See what happens. Oh, let's put a title on it. I'm going to call it Arborda Expenses. And I think it's 2019, 2018, 05, 09 right now. Make sense? Let's create that. So we just created a expense sheet, and we'll start populating. I have two receipts here, and one's for a top secret purchase that I can't tell anybody about, but we know what job that's going to. So we'll make sure these get costed to the appropriate projects with the appropriate cost codes. Any issues, questions with that, direct them to somebody who knows where to cost them to, or you can call me. This is, yeah. So we click on the project. It's going to the Fanshawe Greenhouse Gas Reporting Project. We click on that, and we can see the chargeable items below where we can charge this cost into. And we know it's going into this cost code, which is '05, and it's actually some documentation. We had some prints made for the customer, and it costs us $44.28 as per the receipt. It's reimbursed, and we don't include the HST. The HST gets charged to a different project, which is, if you just scroll down all the way on the project list, you'll see there's an HST item here. Click on that, and then below it, this is where we can charge to HST. And we'll put our expense code in. Easy to select that one because there's only one selection. Go over our unit rate. Well, what do we charge? We're charged $5.75 on that purchase. And our total is $50.03, which matches the receipt. Fantastic. Oh, receipt number 2. This is another super top secret purchase. Can't tell you what it is. And this is costed into a project in Brantford. So this is a St. Joseph's Life Care Project in Brantford, Ontario. It's a project. So when we click on that, we see our chargeable cost codes below. You move these windows around too if you want, so you can read them a little bit better. Kind of better, right? Like that. So our top secret purchase is not top secret anymore because we purchased some equipment for the project, and the expense code that's getting charged into is materials. What's materials, and that costs us $233.48, and that doesn't include HST. HST gets charged in separately, as we saw in the last example. We scroll all the way down to the bottom. There's our HST we can charge into. Click on the HST job. There's a cost code. Scroll over a couple columns, expense code, simple one to pick off. And our HST value from our receipt is 30.35. Look for that. Fantastic. I have 2 receipts here. The total is $313.86. Looks good. Put any notes in here. So that's top secret purchase. This is not a top secret. How do you spell that? Secret purchase. Just detail what you're buying in there so we have record of it. And once we're happy with this, then what we can do is save. We'll save at the top here. We'll save our expense sheet. And so it's saved. Maybe we are expecting some more receipts or expenses that are reimbursable tomorrow or the next day. We can just save this sheet until we're ready to submit it. Hopefully not more than once every couple months. And let's see if we're ready to go with this one. We'll print this. There's a print icon. We'll print that out. See what happens if we print that. This can be printed right on any local printer or network printer or whatever. So you print this out, attach your receipts onto this expense sheet to get printed out, sign off on it, date it, and forward it to your direct supervisor. And that would be it. We would actually, let's go back to that sheet. So we're done with that. We're printing out. We have our receipts attached. Now we're okay with this. We're not going to incur any more reimbursable expenses for the next 2 years. So we would submit this. When we click on submit here, you want to submit this? Yes. So we would submit it and it would be ready to be approved by your direct supervisor who has the hard copy of the expense sheet and the receipts. Once that's approved in the system, in InFocus by your supervisor, it'll be directed over to AP in the system. Accounts payable will either cut a check or set up an EFT to reimburse on the next check run. Any questions? Give me a shout. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.